is more than just the people. This narrative is being promoted. I'm going to speak very freely here today. This narrative is being promoted by people that the church is not the organization, that the church is the people. You've all heard that, right? That's going around. People are all hearing it. This is a prominent news. It's all over YouTube. Prominent people saying it. Someone must fulfill the commission of Christ. Someone must carry on the work which he began to do on earth, and the church has been given this privilege for this purpose. It has been organized. The Spirit of Prophecy says that the organization is part of the church. And you can't really get around it. It's a common union tactic to say the company is the workers. That's where the real power rests, is with workers. And if we go on strike and we don't work, that we'll get what we want. But a company is not the workers any more than the church is just the people. It's like saying an army is not the army. An army is just the soldiers. It only sounds true on the surface, right? Is an army more than the soldiers? Are the soldiers an important part of the army? Yes, right? But the army is not just the soldiers. The army is the communications department. Would you agree with that? What about the supply lines? Would you agree with that? What about the command structure? Is that part of the army? And so the army is not just the soldiers. The army is a word that we use to describe the comprehensive whole. Just like a company is more than the workers. It includes the leaders, the directors, the president, the CEO, the CFO. There are shareholders if it's a public company. And this whole thing is what makes up the company. The Spirit of Prophecy says that some have advanced the thought that as we near the close of time, every child of God will act independently of any religious organization. Okay, so you hear people agitating this idea, right? We don't need conference leadership. We don't need the organized body there. We don't trust them. We can just do without them. And you have this narrative being promoted on YouTube a lot these days, that every child of God will act independently of any religious organization. We don't need the religious organization. They're an apostasy. They're Babylon. However, the Spirit of Prophecy says, but I have been instructed by the Lord. Okay, so this doesn't come from some human being's head. This comes from the Lord, that in this work there is no such thing as every man's being independent. There's no such thing. Because you're part of an army. This church is part of a big whole, a big movement, a whole body, moving from Egypt to Canaan, moving from slavery to the promised land, under the command not of men, but of Christ, with a set of established denominational beliefs. Again, as we near the final crisis, instead of feeling that there is less need of order and harmony of action, we should be more systematic than heretofore. So do we need less order or more order as we reach the end of time? We need each other. And the last thing we need is somebody to say, the church is not the organization. We don't need organization. There are thousands and thousands of schools. There are tens of thousands of teachers, pastors, missionaries, publicists, all around the world. Unless you think to yourself, well, this guy works for the conference. I don't work for the conference. I just recognize the truth of the organization, what the Spirit of Prophecy says. We need more order, not less order. Angels will never place their endorsement upon irregularity, disorganization, and disorder.